middle of nowhere is my.
Although I subscribe to some red pill when begging the question, is it worth the trouble? Do you mean, is it worth the trouble to like, are you talking about like pursuing women at all? What are my thoughts on Fresh and Fit? I'm so like, there's like a few aspects of like Fresh and Fit. So when it comes to like going to the gym, being healthy, getting your finances in order, finding a stable career, all of these things, I tend to generally agree with like Myron's. Like, you really need to focus for like that 18 to 25, 26 period of your life and really get into something. This is going to be a little biased. I recommend HVAC. If you can't figure out what you want to do with your life and you don't mind doing physical labor, it's great because you burn calories all day. It's only 1 year of school. After like 4 years, if you work really hard, you can be making 6 figures, no problem. Or electrical. Electrical is great too. It takes a little bit longer. You have to do a little more school. You have to be an apprentice for a little bit longer. But at the end of it, once you're a journeyman, easy 6 figures a year, with no struggle. And then there's a few other like trade unions you can get into, like the carpenters union or the pipe fitters union. And you can end up making a good amount of money doing that after like 5 or 6 years. And you get all the benefits of like going outside, doing all that stuff. When it comes to how they interact with women or how they recommend that you interact with women, I don't agree. The whole like, if you're not in the top 10%, you'll like, no woman will ever like that's just not true. Most people end up dating people that are similar attractiveness to them. They have a similar socioeconomic status, similar education backgrounds. That's just how it ends up in real life. If you look at the dating marketplace through the lens of like the dating apps, then I could see how you would come to those conclusions, but that's just not what it's like outside in the real world. So like, I'll admit it, I'm a tall guy. I'm like 6'3". Um, I'm in decent shape. I got tattoos and stuff. So I can go on a dating app and do okay. But when I go out into the world and guys, I'm trying. I'm trying with the women thing. It's women, right? If I'm doing plural, sorry. But if you go out into the world, like, so the places that I mostly meet women that I just will cold approach and talk to, so I go to a lot of concerts, so I'll do it there. Um, Dog Park is another great place. I've heard that just the grocery store is also a great place, though I've never been at the grocery store long enough to like deal with that. Like I just get my stuff and leave. So I can't confirm or deny that one. But when you go outside into the world, I've never had any women like try to make me feel bad for talking to them. Um or like neg me in some way just for like walking up and trying to start a normal conversation. Sometimes they are seeing someone, sometimes they're not interested, and if that's the case, you just move on. Um it can be a bummer, but it's not the end of the world. I wouldn't really recommend meeting women at bars. You can if you live in like a small town and that's like, and it's more of like a friendly place. But if you live in like a big city, I wouldn't recommend meeting women at bars. But if you get off the apps and you make a conscious effort to like interact in the real world. It's not as scary as it seems. It's not as scary as like Myron would make it seem on Fresh and Fit. The other thing I don't really agree with him on is the like sleep with 50 women before you try to find your wife. Promiscuity just isn't the best thing for like anyone. It's just kind of like a distraction. It's not a super healthy mindset to get into. If your mindset is like, I am looking for a relationship, I'm going to orient my goals in life around finding that, then that's what you're going to be more likely to find. I don't have time. Yeah, the descriptors are spot on, but the prescriptions are, I mean, most of the descriptors are technically true, except for the like 80% of women wanting 10% of men. That's just not true. It's true on dating apps. That's the only place that that's true. And like, it may be true that like the top 25, the top, and I use that word loosely because who knows what exactly that means. It may be true that like the top 25% of women are all vying for the top 10% of men. That might be true. But as far as everything below that, everyone kind of finds their match. That's who people usually end up with. And most people meet at work. That's like the number one place that you end up meeting your spouse is because of work. Yeah, it's a lack of discipline. The bar at a restaurant is a better place to meet than like a party bar, definitely. But in my opinion, the number one, two best places to meet would be if you have a dog, the dog park, or like out hiking or something. You just, if you're out in the woods and you're going to approach a woman that you're like walking by on a trail, you got to be real chill. You got to be really calm and really chill. The number one place is if you like a certain type of music and you go to concerts, you already have something in common. It's perfect.